happy Sunday. So I'm really excited today because I actually completed the first two projects that I started at the beginning of this summer. So the first two projects are done. Hopefully next week I will start on the hutch that I'm going to be redoing, but I did want to share the final look of the two that I've been working on this whole time. I did have to take a break for a second because my grandbaby was here and there was no way I was going to be able to paint with a 2-year-old running around. So I took a 2-week break, and then this week I just really focused on getting everything done. So I just pretty much every day painted in between while I was working, and I managed to complete both projects. So I'm excited to show you the final looks of the two projects that I finished that eventually will be part of this entire room revamp. So I hope you guys like it. I think it turned out amazing and I love the colors. All right, so this is the infamous bookshelf that caused me a lot of trouble, but I managed to end up doing some changes to it, and then it turned out really great. So in a previous video that I forgot to release, so I'll just tell you what happened. I basically had painted the shelves too close to the inner wall color, and so they basically looked the same and there wasn't enough contrast in the color, so I ended up having to repaint it. And so I ended up adding in colors, so I had to paint on top of like some other colors, but it actually worked out fine. Also, I had taken the shelves out so that I could actually paint them, and when I did that, it ended up they wouldn't go back in. So I basically had to take a like mallet and and basically hammer them back in. And when I did that, it scuffed up the paint on the sides. I also had black mallet marks all over where I had already painted. And so I had to go back in and like retouch up everything. And so that's when I realized that I didn't like the colors. So what had happened is this inner color right here and this color of the shelves is very close, but they're actually two different colors. And so this shelf right here, I had painted I had left it this color, but then this shelf, this darker one actually, was the one that was painted the same as the top shelf. And then the very bottom shelf was painted the inner shelf color, so this color. Well, when I got it done, it looked all kind of like it was blending together, and I didn't really like it. So what I ended up doing was painting the bottom one down here light like the one up here, adding in that the back color of the shelf as well as the actual body of the shelf. I ended up adding a shelf color and basically just gave it more contrast. It'll all make sense when you see like the rugs and the curtains that I'm doing. It has multiple shades of purple, so I'm incorporating all the shades. And so basically at one point in time when I had hammered in the shelving and it was all marked up and it was messed up, I almost just wanted to throw it to the garbage. But then I just like kind of walked out, went to bed, restarted it the next day, and just kind of problem solved and worked through it. And it turned out actually really good. So I'm glad I didn't throw it away because I was frustrated, and continued to fix it because now it turned out really cute. So with this one, this is the armoire that I did. I love it. I did not have that many issues with this one. It turned out pretty easy actually to paint. So if you look at the doors, they are obviously a different color than the actual body. So the body of both the bookshelf and the armoire match each other, same colors. So I did that kind of in unison so that they flowed together since they're going to be in the same room. But the cool thing about this one is I really love the inside. So I brought out the same exact colors. The only color that I didn't use on the armoire is this light pink, or purple, excuse me, for the bookshelf. That's not part of the armoire. So the other colors, though, all are incorporated in each piece that I did. So this is the inside. It turned out really cute. And then you can see the doors, of course, are painted the same color. So I am very pleased at how they both turned out. It wasn't easy, but, and it was a lot of work, you know, but what isn't? And so now that these are done, I'm going to start on the hutch, because while it's still sunny and summery outside, I want to be able to have it on my back porch to sand it, because sanding just makes a complete mess, especially if you do it in your house, because then if you open the door, you know, to the room that you're sanding in, it gets in the rest of your house, and now you have like dust everywhere. So I definitely want to do that on the back porch before, you know, the weather in Oregon changes and it gets rainy or anything like that. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with how these turned out. I'm excited. I'm really excited to do the hutch, because that's going to be a really vivid color that brings that matches my dining room. So I'm really excited for that. But all in all, I would say that using the paint that I used, I do think that for like the hutch that I'm going to do, I am going to go, instead of with a flat paint, I am going to go ahead and do like a semi-gloss. I just feel like since that's in the dining room and it's going to be used more, that I want to have paint that's easy to clean and wipe off. The one thing that is I found with doing the flat colors, I love the way that it looks, but the only downside is if you try to wipe it or anything, or have to clean anything off, it basically, you end up having to kind of retouch the paint up. So that kind of sucks. But since this is going to be going, you know, in the spare room, it's not going to be, you know, super used. I figure for now, I'll see how it does. And if in the end, if I feel like I need to add shine to it, then I will go ahead and buy some clear finish. And then I will just paint that on to both the bookshelf and the armoire. So we'll just see how it does with, you know, putting books on there and stuff like that. It's not like they're going to be used on a regular basis. The books pretty much that I'm putting up there are books that I've already read. So we'll just see how it goes. And if I don't, you know, if it ends up being a hassle, then I'll go ahead and pull everything off, and I will put a clear coat over it, make it shiny and washable. So we'll see how it goes. But all in all, I am very happy with it. So I hope you guys like it, because it was a lot of work. Until the next project, which will be coming up soon, I'll talk to you then. Have a great Sunday.